Alimosho Council Chairman or whatever. That is not true. Alimosho Council Chairman is from Are, Ekiti, the next town to my hometown. He was picked up by SARS. Is this Special Anti-Robbery Squad? Sure. He was picked up deliberately from Are, Ekiti in the early hours of that day. The election had not started. It was an arrangement, and the guy was picked. Materials had not come in at that point in time. It was picked around 8 a.m. Because, if you remember when I came to this program, all I said on this program came to pass. I gave you all the flashpoints, and that was where we got all the problems from. I told you of Ijero local government, I told you of Idosi local government, and I told you about inflation of figures, persons that ghost voters. Yes, that's the word. Because of population census. When people say, when our number is not high enough, when our number is not plenty enough, the people will shortchange us when they are doing sharing of money from Abuja. So everybody piles it. These are part of the problems Nigeria has to address. By the Senate matter that I was talking about, the problem, I was surprised when I was looking at the television and I saw one of our senators saying that we are satisfied with the Ekiti election. I was surprised because Senator Arisho came back and fed them with lies. I told everybody who cares to listen when I was here that Senator Arisho, excuse me, I will allow you. You can say your mind when you want to talk.
Exception.
I will allow you to.
Because you are the one that the court of this nation has described it as untrustworthy.
Allow him to lie. It will give you opportunity. I don't give you opportunity to.
And you are the one that's been going on the radio saying all manner of stuff that have been arrested, and your newspapers have been publishing this.
Have you finished?
I have not finished. You are the cause of the problem in Ekiti, and I'm surprised. I told you, if you want to invite me with this gentleman, you need to notify me, because we have a right in this country who we want to sit with. The court has determined that you have no character, and you continue to come into the television to say nonsense. You go to the radio station to call me names, telling people that have been arrested, and you print it in the papers. Please.
Can I continue, sir? Can I continue? Thank you.
You use one more obscene language, I'm going to get out of this program.
Excuse
one
me.
More.
If you can avoid.
Excuse me, please.
Let's talk about the issues.
That's what I'm saying. You mentioned the chairman of Alimosho. That led us to what we're saying.
Okay, you are.
And I was talking. I was trying to make it clear that all the flashpoints we mentioned, and we explained all these things, and in the front page of the papers, you saw it. When thugs, I told you thugs had already invaded Ekiti and arms. And I told you how, in the papers, you saw how thugs arms were tied in his house, and the checkpoint in his house, and all that happened in Ekiti, how they made the arrest, and all sorts. All I'm saying is that I was surprised when they said it now said on the television, that the elections in Ekiti, they were satisfied with it. Okay. This is my I'm writing up by saying this. Before we can talk of credible elections, we must talk of credible individuals.
I will allow, since you mentioned him specifically, I will allow, and he's here, I will give him the opportunity to respond.
Thank you very much.
First of all, the allegations he made are very specific. One is that probably the Senate position was premature. INEC itself has not concluded the process, and here we are having the Senate pass a vote of confidence in the election that has not been concluded.
Yes.
That will appear to be based on the fact that you briefed your colleagues.
While I granted a press conference, I have not had the opportunity of briefing my colleagues in the House within the chambers. The fact that the Alimosho chairman is from Are, does it mean it's chairman in Lagos and is a registered voter in Are and is registered to come and vote in Ekiti? He has dual statehood. That's what you're saying. He has dual residency.
Was he arrested at the police station?
He says he was arrested in Are. That's what he just said.
In his hometown.
That's what he said now.
Yeah. But was that voting in Are?
The man, that was not voting there. The man is under incarceration. These are the people that they have imported. he mentioned about thugs. The only person who brought Asari Dokubo to Oye Ekiti is the AC people. And we have been telling you that all the plans they have is to ensure that election does not hold in Oye. They came in and laid siege, and he came in particular in the convoy of Neye Adebayo, Fayemi, to Oye. The second day, the election was supposed to take place. The second, yes, on election day.
On Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yeah, but INEC as at that Sunday had cancelled the election.
No, they postponed the
election.
Postponed
onto
Sunday.
Yeah, but Sunday morning there was no election. There was no sign that there was going to be election.
We were actually waiting for the INEC people.
Yeah, but the INEC had as at that morning announced that there was not going to be election.
No, not that morning. They announced later the postponement was actually the next day.
But the election was supposed to start 8 a.m. If by 10 a.m. voting had not started and INEC had already said there was not going to be.
Yes, it wasn't until 11:30 that they announced that election was postponed for the first time. Yes. Okay. So they had. Now you talked about having talks in my house. I completely disagreed, and I have told the IG and John Amadu who arrested them. It's totally impolite. We have been reporting this talk.
Who was impolite now? The DIG?
Of course, totally. Now he went. Has he ever gone to Fireman's house to go and arrest people there? Do you have a politician who does not have people in his house? We have these boys that came in. They were by my gate. The election had been postponed. They came in to ask, Oga, when is the election? What's going to happen tomorrow?
All 36 of them that the police paraded?
All of them were in my house.
All 36
They were in my house. They were not engaged.
What were they doing with those bags or sacks of shells that the police also displayed?
Well, I don't know about what they displayed. The illegal thing in this country to hold is arms, weapons.
Yeah, weapons were also displayed.
No.
Among them, a pump action gun.
Not in my house. Please get your facts correct. Not in my house. And that is the issue. Not one cutlass. He arrested my gardener. 2 drivers. The driver of the former commissioner for education still came to support me in my house. The election had been postponed at that particular time. So it was not like these people were fighting. And that's what I keep on saying. If that had happened to an AC person, the whole international press would have picked it up. And it would be front page in every newspaper in this country.
Don't you think it raises a lot of questions or query for you to answer? If as many as 36 people, young able-bodied men were caught in your house on an
election day.
Yeah, don't you think it raises a lot of...
After the election had finished and they came to my house, normally I prepare food for most of the people that come to my house.
What raises the ante will be the fact that these people were caught with sacks of charms and weapons that you said that those weapons were not with them.
They had charms on them. When I came in, when the DIG came into my house, he said they had reported that I had killed 6 people. That's why he came. And that I was holding people in my house.
And it was because of you that the election couldn't hold in
No, it wasn't me.
That was what the DIG acted on.
The DIG could not have said that because
the
DIG invited me to INEC's office. I followed him there. And he now announced that the election had been postponed the next day. So I went back home. He came to meet me there. Now he arrested these boys. As soon as he now told me that the reason he arrested was that he asked them what were they doing, that they couldn't answer him. He said, who are they? I said, these are my supporters. So he said, okay, they should let them go. As soon as we got out, the press had bombarded the place. They were taking pictures. Said, look, Senator, if I let these boys go now, you know what is going to be.
Are you aware that these boys are in Abuja now? That the police brought all of them to Abuja?
Of course, I'm aware.
So if the intention was to let them go, why would they still bring them?
That is because already he said they had reported to the IG, and I have to bring all of them to Abuja. I said, fine, let us file for the charges. If you file for charges that these people had charms on them, let us know where in the Constitution that says you cannot hold charms.
On election day?
Not even on election day. Some people, that's their belief. Some of us will carry our Bibles around because that's what we believe. We believe in Jesus Christ. That's different. These guys are traditional people. They have their charms, but it's not constitutionally an offense. So I don't know what is talking about.
Why do you think election didn't hold in Oyo? Since you are an indigenous of Oyo, what happened?
Election did not hold because AC does not want an election in Oyo. And I've repeated that.
Why do you think the AC will not want an election in Oyo? And we are talking of just 2 local 2 wards now. Yes. 2 wards out of 12.
Yes.
Why do you think
the AC members in Oyo? Apart from Talo Guto Ibo that was working with Fayoshi, who just the camp.
I just want to read out some statistics.
So
I want to read out some statistics. You confirm that Oye local government is made up of 12 wards.
12 wards, that's correct.
That means election have been confirmed in 10 wards.
10 wards.
Now let me give you the scores.
Yes.
As affirmed by the courts in those 10 wards. In the 10 wards where elections have been confirmed, the AC scored 10,145 votes. The PDP scored 7,478 votes.
Yes.
So if the AC had already gotten majority of votes in 10 out of 12 wards, why do you think the AC is still the unpopular party in Oye local government? I will not want election to hold in the remaining two wards.
I will tell you. These statistics that you have there, when you add the Oye votes to it, which was cancelled by the court, the figure, we voted about 17,000 plus votes for Shegoni. That has been removed from that figure. When you add the 17,000 to that figure in Oye, you will see the result. And the only reason why that vote went that way is because I am from Oye, and the vote, I was running to become a senator, and the Oye people want to have a senator. And I don't think there is any crime. There is no logic we can use. We can, from 2000, even from 1999, the votes of Niyi in his hometown, we know what he voted in, what figures he had in Niyi. In 2003, against former Governor Fayose, he scored 10,000 in Niyi. How many, can you tell us what you scored when you ran against Niyi in Niyi town? And what Niyi scored in your hometown when he ran against you, and what you scored in your hometown? So when they are making issues, talking, they forget the past, that there are records, to back it. You now say Shegoni should not have been voted for in his hometown. What are we talking about? When these people come in to feed rubbish into the press, I think we have people of integrity.
That's why we are trying to
start looking at this and maintain a balance in this country.
Well, okay. I don't know.
Sorry, there is one issue that came up strongly, and that is the issue of the comments attributed to the chair of the Senate on Information, which was a confidence-building statement, saying, okay, we're following this process. We believe that everything is on track.
When the Senate Committee Chairman on Information speaks, he speaks for the Senate.
Let me finish. When you're in government, part of the responsibility of government is to build confidence and to douse tension.
Even when there's
you seek to douse tension. If you listen to that particular clip carefully, you will discover that this was somebody who was trying to do a confidence building scheme in such a manner that the Nigerian polity should no longer continue to have this kind of tension that we're having. It is unfortunate that just for only 260,000 votes, that is all that Ekiti Rerun has. And we have had a situation where you've had a series of campaigns ongoing that involved even your president commander-in-chief, having the president commander-in-chief having to visit, the vice president having to visit twice, and then you had to deploy 10,000 strong policemen from across the country. The issues that are contained in that for us to look at is to say, what were the implications? What were the crime profiling in other states where they moved these men from? But since we are focusing on Ekiti, don't let us make that an issue. If any government person who is in right sense says, let me build confidence in this process and douse tension so that Nigerian state can move forward, we should not take that as an issue. And we need to concentrate on how do we get the Ekiti rerun process to be conclusive. There are some issues that we need